Welcome back to the 3 Points Podcast. I'm joined with Luke as always. How are we, man?
I'm going good. How are we, guys?
Yeah, not too bad. What have you been up to?
Well, not much, but we did have a good... Well, we're going to start with a good note. We won it indoor tonight.
Yeah.
Which we haven't really spoke about West Ham under 13s, which is now West Ham under 14s, you know? Gone up a division.
Yeah.
But we had an indoor game tonight, won 8-4, so I'm feeling pretty good. Scored a couple worldies, and we actually played well. Unfortunately, Marc wasn't there tonight.
Yep.
But he was there in spirit.
Yeah, of course. Always in spirit. We actually recorded this episode. Well, we were going to record this episode on the 2nd of March. And then Luke's laptop decided to crash. And because I was going to the football and I think Luke had work or something, we couldn't put it out.
Yeah, we didn't have enough time to re-record it. And we kind of got lucky. There was a couple of mistakes we made during the episode. Getting the keepers wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but... We were, 40?
We were 40. It started to pick up, 20 minutes in, we'd fixed up the mistakes and it was going good. 45-minute mark, I've looked down at my computer and it's just not recording. I don't know what happened, if the Audacity crashed.
We completely lost the episode, 40 minutes worth of content, and then obviously that's why there's not been anything for a couple of weeks, but we're back on another roll. Also, for you listeners out there, Luke's got a new channel called Luke's CFC. If any of you Chelsea fans out there want more sort of, what do you call it?
I guess more direct, if it just want to hear Chelsea content, because the channel is going to be mainly focused on Chelsea as a team, transfer news, like predictions of lineups, match previews, match reactions. Yeah. There will be, hopefully in the future, some watch-alongs as well.
Yeah.
So if you do like those kind of things, you're a big Chelsea fan, go ahead and follow us.
So like on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube.
Yep.
And, speaking of Chelsea and all that sort of stuff, you guys played Leeds on the weekend, and it ended up 0-0. How'd you feel about that?
I feel good. Before we get into that, I just want to say one thing. Yep. Fuck Audacity.
Yep, fuck Audacity.
And I just want to touch on this a little bit more. It's one of those things where, you do put a lot of time into it, and it's just one simple thing. All it has to do is record your voice.
Yeah.
I get it's a free program. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but look, I'll leave it at that. We'll talk about...
What's the software made for?
Recording voices.
Exactly.
I mean, what else?
But anyway, also we've got a first-timer sponsor for the show, so we're proudly sponsored by Audacity.
Oh, the branded content?
No, we're not.
Oh, I love that.
But
if you guys saw our Instagram post, we actually got flagged for branded content, even though we told Audacity to go fuck themselves. It asked us if we wanted to sponsor the post.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. Came on it. It's still there. It still wants us to know if we want to sponsor our post, but...
we don't sponsor my ballsack for all I
Honestly, they can.
Honestly,
fuck them. Fuck Audacity.
So Chelsea, 0-0 with Leeds.
Chelsea Leeds.
I know you didn't watch it on the night.
I didn't watch it live on the night. I was actually out with a couple of mates celebrating a birthday, so didn't get to see it live. But as any fan that's out when you're not watching football, you're checking every couple of minutes at the score. And, I was a bit concerned because 45 minutes in we hadn't scored, and obviously I'm not seeing the chances being created. But then I'm getting messages from friends, fellow Chelsea fans as well. Shout out Kai, shout out a couple other boys as well that hit me up, and Dylan as well. We just weren't playing well. We were playing well, but I think the fact of that we weren't creating clear-cut chances. Anyway, I've come home, decided to watch the full game because highlights never give you the true story. If you're a true football fan, you know that. You can watch highlights and it may look like one team's dominating, and that really wasn't the case. Look, stats say we dominated the game. I feel like we played average. Look, going into the game, my breakdown of it, we did start in a 4-at-the-back formation, which we had never deployed under Tuchel yet. I'm not saying it was a bad decision from Tuchel. I think it was a good lineup to try. Yep. I mean, bringing Chilwell back into the side, which I kind of predicted was going to happen against a side like Leeds. And Bielsa is the type of manager that's going to be playing very aggressive, counter-attacking football. And not even counter-attacking, he's going to be on the front foot. He likes to play possession-based football. He likes to press teams and almost in like a Jurgen Klopp, way on the front foot. They don't have respect for anybody they play against. We've seen that multiple times from Leeds this season. Obviously, the 7-2 thrashing of... it was Villa that beat 7-2 to fucking Liverpool. Yeah. But Leeds have had their big wins this season. Obviously, they've conceded a lot in their games as well, but they've scored a lot as well.
It's a very ballsy sort of thing.
It's a ballsy way, and it's almost like Jurgen. He refuses to change it, which can be seen as bad and good.
Before the game even started, to me, I thought it had 8 goals in it, or it was 0-0.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
It was either going to be one or the other. I couldn't see...
in the first 10 minutes, there was about 4 chances from either side that hit the crossbar, came off the keeper, and you could see the keeper making those saves. At that point, you're like, either it's going to be a big goal game or no one's going to score.
Exactly, yeah.
And it ended up being no one was going to
score. But what I did
like,
and I haven't really seen it live beforehand, in person sort of thing, but I did like seeing Havertz playing that sort of like false nine sort of role.
Yeah.
I prefer, I see there's a more potential with Havertz leading the line than Werner. No offense.
100%.
I hope because I want to see all these sort of stars come to the Premier League, and I find that
even as
as a neutral,
stepping back from an Arsenal fan as a neutral, you want to see the Premier League do well.
Premier League, for me, I want it to be the elite league. I can't give a fuck about the other leagues. There's so many teams in it each season rather than two. So from my point of view, I want to see Werner succeed. But at this point in time, it looks like Havertz is best there.
Yeah, best in that role.
I don't know what's going to happen with Werner, whether you persist with him. There's rumours that you're going to get a new striker.
Yeah, we've been linked with... I've been wanting to talk about this a while now, but I won't get too off topic from the Leeds game. But we've been linked with strikers like Diego Costa, which has only been linked recently today.
Diego Costa?
Yeah,
the return?
Wow. Back to Stamford Bridge.
How old is he now?
I mean, he's 32, 33. He's getting up there in age. I mean, he's out of his prime.
I mean, he's not much different.
He only
to
scored about 2 goals.
Yeah.
I think 3 goals, 4 goals in Atletico in the last season.
Yeah.
We bought him from Atletico originally, and then he went back to Atletico. We make a lot of good transfer deals with him. I think we sold him for like 50 mil back to Atletico, and that was out of his prime.
Yeah.
But we've been linked with the likes of Erling Haaland, which I do not ever see happening. I mean, this guy's in.
Yeah.
I know German the connection, and I understand how he would fit into the team. I think he would make a very good fit. But I think Erling Haaland is someone that needs to kind of stay in Dortmund for maybe a couple more years, establish himself as maybe a legend at that club.
Yeah.
Because he's young still, and I feel like players like to rush their careers. But look, I won't get too off topic. I'd like to go on my little rant. But yeah, going back to the Werner situation, look, he's not been the best at Chelsea season, but I think he does offer something that people like Giroud, people like Tammy don't offer, and that is just runs in behind. He does create good chances, but there's only so much you can do, and I talk about this every week. If you're creating chances but not taking them, it's like, what can you do? Like, we need that from you. I know the assists count as well. The penalty he gets for us is very important as well. But just touching on Havertz, I think he really plays well in that false 9 position. I wouldn't say he's a number 10 just because Havertz receiving it from deep all the time isn't the best thing for him. I think he needs to be in and around the box to get his goals and to get his chances on goal. I mean, if you watch him in the Bundesliga, which I have just because when he was getting rumoured to come to Chelsea, I watched a lot of his games and highlights. He scores a lot back in the Bundesliga and he creates a lot. And the thing with Havertz is he's very strong. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
People don't understand about him. He's a very tall player, very strong player.
Yeah.
It's not that he's weak on the ball. I'd say it's not that he's strong on the ball. I think that he can be weak at times, but it's his positional awareness. He understands space and how to create it, and he gives that almost that link play to the wingers. So, like for example, if you play Werner on the width and Callum Hudson on the Doy, I know in that game we didn't play that. I think we had him in behind with like Mount and Ziyech and Pulisic, but he creates the gap for players to run around him, feed them through. Not a hold-up player, but then he can pass and move into the box.
Yeah.
And in that game he did it quite a lot, but he missed very. I think in that game he wasn't quite there. I don't think he was at his peak. I think he played well, but the chances he could have made more of them. I mean, the first 5 minutes he had a clear-cut chance, which was defended very well. But again, from me, I feel like those are chances that we need to be taking.
Yeah.
And aside against Leeds, like, how are we not scoring against them? We had about 15 shots, 8 on target.
Yeah. And Leeds' keeper's been quite questionable this season, so it's not really a case of, I think, the keeper being that great. I just think it's just a way that I just guess it's being clinical, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I saw Werner come on in the second half, and he had a couple chances himself, and I thought, like, man, he should be scoring
taking those,
especially now. He's now being dropped for Havertz. If he wants his place back in the starting lineup, even potentially a future at Chelsea, if the rumours are true, they could potentially be going. He needs to start burying him quickly because there's only, 9 games left.
And with Tammy not happy with his contract at the moment and wanting to leave, this is a time where, as Werner, you need to step up and secure your place because you've got the likes of Giroud, which he hasn't really made any calls to leave, and maybe he has privately with his agent. But for me, if Giroud leaves, he's going to a Serie A club. He's going not to a Premier League club. He's going.
I think he'll probably go back to France.
I think French league. I think he will go play in a league that he feels that he can. He's a physical presence can make more of an impact.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we see him go to like mid-table
I
Premier League
do think
club.
he could go to a Premier League club because obviously he left from.
I don't think he'd go back to a top 6 side.
I don't think he can be in a top 6 side. I'm not saying Giroud isn't capable of. I think I got very carried away after his goal against Atletico Madrid. but I've started to realise he's not.
He's aging, man.
He's at his age, and he doesn't offer the same things
Yeah.
like the likes of Werner and Havertz and Tammy
Yeah.
can offer.
I could see him definitely going to the likes of like maybe Newcastle or Southampton or something like that. Depends how much he likes England, man, because it is a big move.
Yeah, because
going from,
I think people forget about that about players. They've got livelihoods
been
set
here
up
since
here.
he
They've
was at
got
Arsenal,
kids.
then he went to Chelsea, so he's been here. I think we got him about 2013.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know if Giroud has any kids?
I'd assume so.
I'd assume so,
yeah.
and I'm assuming he has a wife
Yeah,
as well.
so
I mean, I'm making very big
schools
assumptions
and
here.
Schools
The
and
schools,
that,
you got the kids set up. I mean, I know as a life of a footballer, they probably do have family discussions about players leaving all the time, moving countries all the time. But it is a thing you have to take into consideration.
Yeah. So I wouldn't surprise me if he stays, goes to a mid-table club. But yeah, that or France, back with his family, I'm not sure. But yeah, I completely understand that. Yeah, but Werner's got to start taking his chances when he gets them. I reckon, like I said to you, I reckon he needs to start in the FA Cup.
100% against Sheffield United. It's a team that you can definitely grab goals against. Yeah. And at the moment, they got beat 5-0.
Yeah.
And by was it Leicester? Yeah, 5-0 from Leicester.
But my biggest concern is you sell him and he becomes another Salah.
And that's what I'm worried about. And this is why I don't want to sell people like that, is because they can become so impactful later on in their career because the confidence gains.
100%.
They have something to prove. And I think Werner right now has something to prove, and the hunger's there. I can see it in his face. I mean, we all know, as a Chelsea fan, if you follow Chelsea week in, week out, you know Werner's a good guy. He's a very funny guy. I mean, his interviews always make me laugh. He doesn't even pick himself on FIFA because of his form at the moment. He's made jokes about it. He's understood he's not a world-class striker anymore. He's took that ego off him, which I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like no matter how you're doing, you should always count yourself as a world-class striker. Yeah. But I do understand Germans are very not egotistical. They like to see themselves as like, even Haaland when he has his interviews, I know he has his cockiness, but he understands his place. He even says he's getting old now and the likes of people coming up in the Dortmund team offer more. Yeah. But I'm getting off topic again. I'm just saying that, I feel like Werner needs to now either step up or understand that maybe this isn't the right setup for you. Yeah, I'm not saying it should happen right now, but I mean, you need to start having this conversation with yourself. Yeah. Is this the right environment for me to thrive in? Because football careers are very short-lived. Yeah. Like, let's be real. Like, you get an injury, you're done. You don't perform for a season. Yeah, you have the likes of Salah, like the situation happening, but sometimes players just drop in confidence and they never return. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's been plenty of players like that in the past that have been, seen as world-class stars and then just never lived up to those expectations. I mean, look at Jack Wilshere. I know played by injuries, but was meant to be a worldy player. And he was, for the couple seasons he was, but he didn't live up to what the heights of Arsenal fans expect him to live up. And that wasn't his fault. Yeah, that was out of his hands, Out of his hands, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't know what could get injured next season. Yeah. He could have a big knee injury. 100%. You never know. I personally think that maybe the move was too soon. Yeah. I think, like you said, he's still young. Like, people forget he's 21.
Same with like what you said with Haaland. A couple more seasons in Germany. Establish
yourself. Get a name. Make your price tag like a Ronaldo, like a Messi. Yeah, make it even bigger. Yeah, and then come to the league. Like what I think it's got Salah written all over it. He's going to go somewhere else, foreign place, and he'll come back to either like someone like City or United or Liverpool or someone like that. And I think he's going to be class. And I don't want. Well, you don't want that to happen as a fan,
because obviously that'll sting for you because
mate,
because obviously you've had this guy. You signed him.
It happens to all of us all the time. Like we signed Morata, don't do shit. Now at Juventus, he's thriving, doing really well, and it's one of those things again. It's like, fuck's sake, man. Yeah. Like, why is it every time we sign a striker, they never deliver? Yeah. Even Giroud, like, he's delivered, but let's be real, he's not delivered. He was never a world class. He was never signed to do that, but at the same time, it's like.
Even when we had Giroud, we were crying out for another striker.
Yeah, you guys did not.
And that's why we signed Lacazette and Aubameyang. And the reason why we had to get rid of him because we had two players in front of him. But yeah, Giroud would never be able to carry Chelsea to where they want to go. What Roman wants from Chelsea. For someone like Arsenal, where we were under with Stan, who isn't as ambitious. I'll just be completely honest. When you sack a club legend like you did, it shows how ambitious Roman is. He hasn't. Yeah, it shows that he doesn't.
Look, it shows that your player importance means really nothing. Yeah. In terms of like what you've done for the club, it's very minuscule to him because he cares about what this club can do for the fans. Yeah. Not what as a player you can do for the club. Yeah, Lampard tried his best, but he obviously cares about us as a team winning. Yeah. And that's what everyone. Let's be real. As a fan, you want that. Look, we all love Lampard. We all wish he did the best. But if you talk to any Chelsea fan right now, and they tell me they're unhappy with Tuchel and the driver Lampard, they're fucking talking bullshit.
Yeah.
They are talking bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All I'm concerned about with Tuchel at the moment is that I just hope it's not a bounce.
Yeah, I mean, look.
It needs to carry on into next season.
At this point, it does need to continue on next season, but it's a 12-game bounce.
At the moment, you can only beat what's in front of you, and what you guys are doing.
Beat Liverpool, not in the best of form. Beat Liverpool, beat Atletico.
You're doing exactly like, you can't criticise what...
We can't do any better than what we're doing.
Exactly, so you're
we're in the same... Sorry to cut you off. We're in the same form right now as City are. I mean, the draw does take that away from us, but we were very much in the same league as City in terms of results.
Yeah.
And that's something that, as a Chelsea fan, consistency is a big thing that we've lacked in recent years, and to see that coming back is quite exciting.
Yeah.
But to break down the Leeds game further, I do want to talk about the starting lineup. Sorry to keep cutting you off.
Right.
Look, we started in a 4 at the back formation. It was a 4-2-3-1, which no one really expected. I expected it to be I did my predictive formation, and I expected it to be more of a 5 at the back formation with 2 in the midfield, and obviously having the likes of Mount, Havertz, and Werner, or Callum Hudson-Odoi up there. We didn't get that. We did have, obviously, Mendy starting a goal. We had the 4 at the back being Aspie, Christensen, Rudiger, and Chilwell. And then we had Kante, Jorginho with the holding midfielders, which I've expected that a lot now. Kante, Jorginho seems to work a lot better than Kante, Kovacic. And then we obviously had Pulisic starting his first game under Thomas Tuchel, which, talking about that for a second, it's been interesting because Thomas Tuchel is very honest, guys. I don't know if you ever watched any of his post-match interviews. Very honest.
Yeah.
He said he only sees Christian as a sub-player because at Dortmund, obviously, he managed Pulisic at Dortmund, and he said that may be affecting his judgment because Pulisic tries really hard in training, but he always sees him as an impact sub, and that's something that Tuchel's trying to change his mind on. And he's very honest. Like, when he said these things, I'm like, Jesus, if I'm Pulisic listening to this, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, you're not starting me because you see me as only an impact sub. It's a bit heartbreaking. And Pulisic has made statements to the press, to his agent, saying that, like, look, at the end of the season, he's not getting the game time. He's looking to leave. And we've got the likes of Liverpool, Leicester, a lot of these big teams, top 6 teams looking to sign him.
Yeah.
Where he goes from here, sorry about that, guys. Where he goes from here, I don't know, but we'll go back into the lineup. He obviously started, didn't have the best of games. Obviously, Ziyech started again. For me, average. I think Tuchel's also talked about he needs to get the best out of Ziyech. He needs to get him back to his Ajax best, because when he was at Ajax, he unlocked that system. I mean, the ball's in, the way he playmate the whole game.
Yeah.
Under that team, was very well. And then again, Mason Mount played decent. I didn't say it was one of his best games. I think he, again, offers the determination, the drive, which we always get from Mason.
Yeah.
But for me, wasn't enough end product there for me from him in the Leeds game. And then obviously we had Havertz starting up front in that false 9. And it was more of an upfront position, but he created that false 9, coming into the midfield, receiving the ball. It was more of a number 10, but I feel he suits more of the number 9 better. Like I said earlier, he can create the space in behind. But yeah, I do think we won't stick with this formation for long. I think the end product is to be a 4 at the back formation under Tuchel, but I just don't think we suit that at the moment. I think Ben Chilwell had one of the worst games he's played in a Chelsea shirt for me. Personally, after I watched the game, he didn't offer enough. He got beat a lot on the wing by, I think, the likes of fucking Bamford and all those other players on the wing, Rafinha. I feel like he just got outplayed. And I feel like if you look at the Leeds game overall, it wasn't a good result. And I feel like, no, it's a good result because it keeps us in top 4. It's a draw, and I think a draw is better than a loss and a clean sheet again.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But Mendy was man of the match, and that's never a good sign.
Yeah.
For me, when your keeper's man of the match, it's never really a good sign.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Well, I mean, you guys, I guess the bigger match for you guys coming up is in the Champions League. And you guys got Atletico Madrid, you've got the second leg, you've got one away goal. So you keep clean sheet, you're through, but obviously you don't want to go in there thinking you can't go in there and just say,
you can't just sit back because this
However,
is Atletico.
that is the benefit of the thing. If Mendy has another man of the match performance, 9 times out of 10 you're through, which is massive. Does that put you through to the quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah, put you through to the quarters.
No, last 8. So will that be the
quarterfinals? Yeah. So then it will start getting interesting. So what do you think about the Atletico game coming up?
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I've been shitting myself all week. It is tomorrow morning.
It's Wednesday night.
Thursday morning. Yeah.
Wednesday night. Yeah.
Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the first game, Atletico did not play to their standards that we expect from them.
Yep.
I mean, look, it's round of 16. I understand that, but Chelsea in recent times have not played the best in the round of 16.
Yeah.
So to see that performance that we had before against Atletico was insane. I mean, it was a good game. We played well. We dominated possession. I think we had like 70% possession, like which is insane against a team like Atletico. But again, it was kind of expected. I'm just trying to find out the lineup because obviously a couple of weeks back now. 2 seconds. Yeah, there it is. So that lineup in that game for Atletico, obviously Suarez, I mean, what a player, but didn't offer enough for me in that game. Obviously, Oblak in goal, Felipe, Savic, Llorente, Koke, Sayul, which is a fucking great prospect of a player. I think he's an absolute baller. Lamar, what pace on him. Felix, João Felix, which, again, we all know how much of a baller he's been in the La Liga. Luis Suarez, and obviously Correa. Look, I feel like I'm nervous because in that game, we got lucky. I mean, the goal, if it wasn't for VI, I wouldn't have stood. And obviously, VI saved us. But we obviously dominated the game. But when I say lucky, I mean we didn't create enough clear-cut chances that we could take.
Yeah.
And Atletico didn't play well. So if you're looking at it from that point of view, if you're putting a prime Atletico side against a prime Chelsea side right now, it's a very even game. And I do think we will do well. But my concern is if people like João Felix, Luis Suarez, Koke, Seal start linking up and playing how they normally play in the La Liga, we're in fucking big trouble.
Yep.
Only because if you saw us against Leeds, fucking Mendy was saving our fucking ass. I mean, Rafinha had a good chances. I mean, there was a chip in from Bamford that nearly went in. Or not Bamford, sorry, from one of the other players that nearly went in. And if that happens in the Atletico game, I'm telling you, they're taking those chances.
Yeah, 100%.
Because when you're back against the wall, most teams perform. For example, if you're in a bad run of form and you lose to a side like Chelsea, and then, you know, this is now the last chance for them to come out and win, and they are an away goal down, they're going to be showing more hunger. I don't think they'll sit back and let us just have the ball and have that possession. I think they're going to press us.
Yeah.
And it is how we're going to react. Now, look, against Liverpool pressed us hard and we played very well. We played like, in my opinion, prime Barcelona. The tiki-taka passing was on point.
Yep.
We looked strong on the ball. But I am worried. I'm a little bit worried because I feel like I said before, if you get João Felix in front of that goal, like against us in the previous game, in the previous leg, he didn't do well. He didn't take his chances. Even Suarez had a lot of clear-cut chances. And I'll throw it back to you. Like, how do you feel the game? Like, do you feel like Atletico will show a stronger presence in this game?
If I was a Chelsea fan, if I was being honest, I'd rather... You might not agree with me because you're obviously a Chelsea fan. But personally, I would rather you guys drew 0-0 to Leeds and go and win it against Atletico because you are so close now to the final of the Champions League. The form you guys are in, there's no reason why you can't go on.
We can't challenge for it,
and potentially win it. You know, so when you get through against Atletico, fingers crossed, you get through against Atletico, you play well, you play like you have been under Thomas Tuchel. You two games. I mean,
we're still in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah, like, 2 games away from the final. You can if you get through to.
Fuck it, I'm freaking out a little bit. This is starting to be a bit real.
But if you get through against Atletico, you can kind of throw the FA Cup. You shouldn't, but you can kind of like sort of play like Tammy and Werner. Maybe you can 4-4-2, bring in like Billy Gilmore. Billy Gilmore. You can bring those sort of youngsters in. Maybe Kepa.
Give them game time.
And if they get you through, you're still in the competition. If not, well. You focus.
We rested our big players for the big game, and it's not so much of a bad decision.
So you get through this Friday. We find out, both of us, because we're both still in Europe. Hopefully, we're still in it by the end of the week. We find out who we get in the quarterfinal and the semi-final because both rounds are drawn. So we know our avenue, and if any season any of us was to win a European trophy, it'd be this one. There's no fans. The home and away leg, although it does make it the away goal and everything like that. But you go to some of these European grounds and you got these fans and like how the energy, the atmosphere, it's difficult going to Bayern away, going to Madrid away, going to Olympiacos away.
Pressure's on.
Ajax, all these sort of teams. So, yeah, look, I'd have thrown it. I think you're still in the top 4. Teams are being too inconsistent. You've got a better run coming up soon. Leeds are a difficult side.
Yeah, we do have a better run going into the last games of the season.
Leeds have a difficult side. So, I mean, if certain fans are sort of sitting there going, 0-0, we should have won that. I'd have rather.
I've seen that a lot on social media. A lot of fans.
They're questioning already.
They're questioning already, and I'm like, look, it's one game, and it was a draw. And we did the same against. I don't know if people really remember, but against Wolves we played exactly the same. We didn't create enough clear-cut chances, which we didn't in the Leeds game. And we drew 0-0 against Wolves, which was the first game under Thomas Tuchel.
The only time you guys won the Champions League, you had a manager sacked halfway through the season.
Yeah.
The interim manager
came in and won it.
Won it.
Yeah.
So, you guys have the bounce, and that's good. Good timing. You're still in the Champions League. But yeah, look, I'd take winning against Atletico and going through to the quarters any day of the week over, drawing with Leeds. That's 100%. My personal opinion.
I definitely agree. I think, look, we drew against obviously Leeds, but if we go and beat Atletico, I think that just, I think it just shows a different kind of class. I mean,
and it
will show the bounce back as well. Like not a bounce back, but it will show that the fact of like, look, that Leeds game means nothing. Yeah, now. It's in the past.
And although it's a stretch, and you don't want to look at it this way because obviously it's a lot more difficult than what we are in. We're in the Europa League, and although there are hard teams, the Champions League there's a lot more quality sides in there. But even if you finish 5th, 6th, not top 4, you win the Champions League, you get that Champions League spot. You don't want to look at it that way because it's a very, very risky option by 100%. just throwing the league away and putting your eggs in the basket of winning the Champions League. However, you're in it, you're a few games away, you're not leaking goals. You're starting to, especially if Havertz starts finding a rhythm there and Pulisic comes in and he's starting to get a rhythm, it can happen. But like I said, if you finish 5th, 6th, or if you're not in the top 4, don't panic. If you're in the Champions League, don't panic yet because that's another avenue. And, this is a better season. You've still got the likes of Liverpool that are going through. City are going through. Their teams
we can beat with like maybe not so much City. Look, I know.
I personally believe Liverpool are going to win the Champions League. I have that feeling.
You have that, dude. I have the same, bro. I have the same feeling.
They're going to finish 8th or 9th.
I feel like they're going to fucking bottle the Prem and they're going to go win the Champions again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because it's an avenue to the top 4, and I just have that feeling that
I can't picture Liverpool not being in the Champions League next season. I just can't picture it with that side.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I know people are going to think we're crazy for saying that, but look, they've just beat who was it they beat 1-0?
Wolves. But I mean, although it's it's 50-50 there. They've gone through.
They've gone through in the Champions League. They go beat Wolves. It's momentum, Klopp, and we've known Klopp. He's a type of guy that he's a very momentum-based manager.
Yeah. He's got all he needs to do.
Let's be real, right? We all talk shit about Liverpool this season, and they're not done. I know we're getting a bit sidetracked, but they go and win one game. They go win another. It's almost like Klopp has now not won the Champions League back, but they all believe in him again. Like I'm not saying they lost belief, but I feel like players felt overworked. Salah was frustrated, but look. I think Klopp knows how to talk to those players. He understands them, and I feel like they are definitely going to be challenging Chelsea for Champions League spots for the actual Champions League final. I mean, look, I think City are bottle jobs in the Champions League. I just don't know what it is. I just don't think they have the bottle to win the Champions League.
Yeah, it's new.
Maybe because I'm just being. I just don't like. Look, I'm not saying I hate Man City, but let's be real. Like the history is very similar to ours, but in the sense of it's a bit more fucked up because they were never really a top side to begin with. I mean, Chelsea, you could argue maybe weren't, but we've won. The 1955 was, I think, first championship we won, or League Cup, whatever you want to call it back then. I think it was First Division, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. City didn't win one till fucking God knows when. I don't even know the stats, but I know it wasn't for a fucking while.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I feel like, for me, when I look at City, I just don't see them as a real team.
Yeah.
I see Manchester United as like the team of Manchester. I don't see, even though City are in the better position, I hate United. I feel like, history does show Man United is the better team, and that's a fucking whole other debate. But look, I just feel City are bottle jobs. Going back to it, Chelsea going to Champions League against Atletico will do well. I feel like if I can do a little scoreline prediction here, I know it's a bit early, but
against
I feel
Atletico, go on.
I think it's going to be a 0-0.
0-0.
I think
it'll be risky, but I mean, it gets you through.
I don't think we're going to set up like that, but I feel like we will be in a 3 at the back formation of 3-4-2-1. I feel like
Suarez misses a penalty last
minute. I feel like there's going to be some drama in there. I feel like there's going to be some fighting.
Yeah.
Because players get fucking arky, and then we've got the likes of Rudiger and Christensen, which I do want to touch upon Rudiger and Christensen for a second on this little preview for the Atletico game. I feel like they will start. I know Thiago Silva has obviously been injured coming back, but I feel like you would drop Rudiger over Christensen just because Thiago Silva and Christensen together. Mate, at the moment, Christensen has like 94% passing accuracy. He's not been dribbled past that often. He's tackled a lot. In the last 10 games, it's been a 94% pass accuracy.
Yeah.
Which is a centre-back. I know it's not that big. It's passing. But, mate, look at Van Dijk when he had those stats and look how he's playing. Christensen's on the same similar form right now. So if you're looking at it from a standard, management point of view, going into that Atletico game, Tuchel's going to influence his side. Look, we want to get the early goal. We want to stay ahead. But if we can, boys, let's keep possession. Let's play from the back to the front like we always do. Let's be composed when the balls do come to us. And let's not stress as much. And I feel like that's when we're going to play a bit more safe. And I don't think we will really get many chances at Atletico's goal.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like players aren't really going to gamble as much as they would in the first leg.
Yeah.
Because we have the away goal, which it does equal to 2 goals if I'm correct. Because at this point, I don't know the rules of any sport anymore because VAR's fucked
so
it
yeah,
for
so
all
you've
us.
got an away goal, so they need to
score 2.
what at your ground?
No, they need to score 1. Obviously, at our
Score
ground.
1 goes extra time.
Extra time.
Score
But they need to score
2
2 to win.
Score 2 to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
They score more than 1. There's no extra time.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They need to score 2 to win in normal time.
So if they score 2,
normal time, they
you
win.
need to win. Yeah, but I think 3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, because we're at home. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they've got 2 away goals, you've got 1. So that's
But I'm
why
saying,
the
yeah,
away
if it's-
fixture is
yeah,
so important.
It's so important, and that's why I'm so happy we got that first goal.
Yeah. So you've got the so Atletico Madrid's going to be a big game, but
Do you want to move
yeah,
on to
so
my
you reckon
prediction is
0-0?
0-0. I feel like I said, it's gonna be a very scrappy affair. I don't think it's gonna be a pretty game. I feel like Atletico will dominate us a little bit, but I'm very comfortable we'll go through. And I feel like people might be surprised, but I feel like we will still do well, but I just don't think we'll score. But anyway, I think we should move on now to the Arsenal games.
Yep. So first of all, okay, so I'm going to quickly briefly touch on the Olympiacos first leg and why this is important to the North London derby that we played. We went and we won 3-1. Again, we nearly threw it with a defensive error by Leno. Odegaard scored the first goal, made it 1-0. Leno makes a mistake. He tries to pass it to Ceballos when he's surrounded by Olympiacos defenders and then leaves the goal open. Makes it 1-1. And then Gabriel scores a bullet header from a corner, and Elneny scores a screamer from outside the box and makes it 3-1. And so why that's so important for this game was we've now got 3 away goals, which means Olympiacos has to come to the Emirates on Thursday night and score 3 goals against us.
Mate,
and
I don't see
any other
else doing
team.
that.
Any team to throw it would be Arsenal with the defensive errors we've made. So we can't walk in thinking like it's done. We've got to treat it 0-0. There is an option to rotate in the second leg, but what that's given us now is we don't need to rest players for Tottenham thinking that we've still got a job to do against Olympiacos at home because the job's 75% done. And we can't underestimate that last 25% because it's massive,
Yeah, you can't just go and say
we can't play all the youngsters. And
I mean, if you guys, it's the old cliche saying, if you score 3, why
exactly.
can't they?
So like for the likes, you can play Pepe, you can play Willian, you can play a well-rested
gamble a little
Aubameyang,
bit,
but you wouldn't want to play, someone like Matty Ryan, who is good, but if he was to make a goalkeeping fucking disaster class, it would be that game, But
and it's one of those things where you start questioning that decision.
yeah, but anyway, so that being said, that led us into Tottenham, and we ended up winning 2-1, and I knew deep down.
Were you expecting that?
I quietly expected it.
Yeah, you can humble brag here.
Yeah,
you can talk your shit, Mark.
Before the game, I didn't want to. The thing that really got me was the Tottenham fans were speaking with so much energy, as if they're like, I want to read you something, man. I want to read you something. Since the last time Tottenham beat us was 2-0 in this league. And that was when Bellerin had that fucking shit night.
Yeah, I remember.
Since then, the teams they've beaten have been Royal Antwerp, Stoke City, Leeds, Brentford, Marine, Sheffield United, Wycombe Wanderers, West Brom, Wolfsburger twice, Burnley, Fulham, Palace and Dinamo Zagreb. Teams they've lost to are Liverpool, Leicester, Liverpool again, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, City, West Ham and Arsenal. So when I went into that game and they're sitting there going, oh, but we're 8th, we're 7 points clear of you, now they're 5.
Got to put into perspective,
I'm sitting there going, yeah, but Harry Kane, Bale, they're playing really good, but they're playing against not class sides.
We're not disrespecting them, but let's be real, these aren't top 6 sides.
Yeah, they're not top 6. They're sides that you should be beating. So
you're Tottenham, if you're giving yourself, I'm going to try to cut you off, but if you're trying to talk your shit and act like you're some big club, you should be beating these sides regardless.
Yeah, exactly. So, before the game, people were making combined 11s of just one Arsenal player in there and saying how they're going to tear us apart. And I'm sitting there going, you know what, we might lose, but we're not going to be torn apart. There's no way we're going to be torn apart. Yeah, they've got a front 3, but their midfield's near invisible. Their defence is near invisible. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna
woeful defence in my opinion.
And I thought, you know what, we'll go in there and we'll just see who comes out.
Yeah, because I saw. Sorry to cut you off. I saw your Instagram post, and obviously on the 3 Points podcast, and I sat there and I was like, he's got a point. They like to talk their shit, and maybe it was a private message actually, but they like to talk their shit. They like to act like they're a big club. But let's be real, they're probably just having a better season as you are.
Yeah, they are. They're not anywhere.
Like, they've signed Bale, they've got Harry Kane, they've got Son, they've got people like Lamella.
Yeah.
Like their midfield, it's average, defense is average, but they talk this shit like they're a massive team. But where's the results at?
They're just as far as us in the Europa League. They're just as far as us in the FA Cup. They got 1 round extra, but they're knocked out.
That Europa League's going to be so interesting. Final.
They might win it, they might not, but it's a big stretch. Whether they will, City are looking good. And if they do, fair play to them. And the league, now they're, 5 points in front of us. They've got to play Villa next. And Villa's not Palace. You've seen the teams they've lost to since they beat us.
Yeah.
They're all the top sides, and Villa are trying to get into like a European spot, whether it's top 4 or top 6. Villa won't, Grealish, Emi Martinez, good keeper, Ollie Watkins, Cat.
I honestly think Villa's a better side than Tottenham on their day. Like,
100%. But the way they were talking as if, like, they're God's gift to earth and how, and they were saying,
one Champions League final and they all of a sudden.
Same as us, one Champions League final, And then I saw people saying, oh, well, when was the last time you were in the Champions League? It's like, well, you're not even in the Champions League.
Yeah.
You can't talk.
You went to the final and then bottled it and then did nothing.
Normally when you get to the final, you think, what's next? Liverpool went to the final, lost. What was next? They won it the season after.
Yeah.
They're back in the Europa League, sort of sitting with us. And I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'm going to get into this. We dominated up to Lamella's Rabona.
I forgot we were talking about the North London derby because of how shit Tottenham
okay, I've got that goal was class. It was absolutely
let's
class.
Put respect on Lamella's name for the
100%.
goal. But then
what got me was obviously we were controlling that game for the whole up to that point. They get one chance and they score, and it was just typical, Arsenal thing. And I just thought, are we going to be able to turn it around, because we deserve to be in the lead here, and luckily Odegaard did it. Fucking Tierney skinned Doherty. Tierney and Emil Smith-Rowe were just running rings around Doherty.
It was actually beautiful to watch.
100%. And
just a touch on KT, mate. What a play! He's a little flip flap on the wing to cross it back into Odegaard for the little.
The thing about
tap-in.
KT is he looks like someone that could just be a second division player.
Do you not think to me he looks? Yeah, he looks like that. But do you not think for his age, he looks so much older. Like, he acts so much older.
Yeah, people forget he's 23 years old.
But he acts like he's 25, 26.
Yeah.
He acts like he's playing this Arsenal side for 5-6 years.
Yeah, 100%. And for a kid like him, he's not a kid. He's a dude. But whatever. For a guy like him, he just doesn't look like someone that could cause you. He doesn't
havoc.
Have the body shape,
he just looks so innocent.
You look at Saka, you can see, he's a skillful player.
He's got the pace,
But Tierney can drive at certain players, and it's incredible to watch. But Odegaard scored, and it was 1-1, and rightfully so. We should have been 1-2, 3-0 up. We hit the post twice. But you know what? I thought, 1-1. Let's not talk shit yet, because it could backfire, it could work out. But an interesting fact, I think the last 27 times a team's led in the North London derby at our ground, the other team's won.
Fox said the team that's led is lost.
Lost in last 27 times.
Jesus.
So I think,
But isn't the stats in your favour anyway in the North London derby? Haven't they only beat you once or twice?
No, they've beaten us a few times at their ground, but I don't think they've beaten us.
At Emirates, sorry.
Emirates, not for a while.
I don't think it's only once, mate. I don't think it's that many times at all.
100%. But I remember the time when they were 2-0 up at our ground and we ended up winning 5-2, and all these sort of games. 100%. Then Lacazette gets a penalty, and I've seen a lot of people sort of going on saying it's not a penalty, it's missed kick. My honest opinion to this is, if that challenge happens anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul.
Yeah, it's a free kick. It is.
It's
so
a free kick.
If it's in the box, it's a pen.
If it's in but you can't have rules for in the box because it's going to amount in a penalty, and rules for outside the box because it doesn't. If you make a foul, you make a foul.
It's a foul no matter where it is on the pitch. In the box, outside the box,
Agreed,
you can't just
these handballs as well. Some teams get dodgy handballs and that anywhere on the pitch. But then when it's in the box, it's like, well, no, we've taken proximity into account, or or you know where they're positioned, or you know, it's like, well, if you're going to give it at the halfway line, that identical handball, you've got to give it in the box.
You got to give it in the box, yeah.
You know, so
you can't just be like, oh, this is too risky. Like, I feel too bad giving this. But no, mate. If you're going to give it outside, you got to give it inside.
Yeah, 100%. So we end up making it 2-1, and then Lamela goes and gets sent off, 2 yellow cards, and people said the 2 yellow cards were harsh, but they didn't see in the first half that he'd been warned a few times.
He'd been nitpicking.
He'd had a go at Louise. He had a go at Xhaka. He'd made a few.
He's a very like I'd say passion.
He's a dirty cunt.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say dirty cunt as well.
Yeah.
He's got passion, but I think Argentinians. He's Argentinian. Yeah. I just think it's so. I just don't like him, bro.
100%. And
not all of them. I'm saying like in the football, I've noticed they're very like problematic players.
Yeah, 100%. So it just again, it's like you score the. Probably not ours, one of their most iconic goals in a North London derby.
I mean, it was a fucking through the legs of Thomas Partey to the bottom corner.
And you get sent off, and you lose the game, and it's like,
and that's his fault because at that point you're still in the game. Well, there's still a chance of you being in the game, and you've gone and fucking shoved your. Was it Emil Smith Rowe's face? It was.
Yeah, no, Tierney.
You've gone and fucking like, and it like, let's be real. Like, look, we've all got aggressive and we've all put our hand out to try block a player. There's a difference between putting your hand on someone's body, like the body block.
Yeah.
But he's clearly pushed up like that, like you can't see right now, but palmed him in the face, like, and you could say like he made the most out of it. But let's be real, who wouldn't? Like, you get palmed in the face. In football, any contact directly to the face is always seen as a red card, 100%. Even straight red. So at that point, mate, it's a straight red even for me.
100%, exactly. It's straight red, and I saw a lot.
And you can see Mourinho's reaction instantly. He's like, dickhead, like, what are you doing, mate?
He's known it, and I saw a lot of Tottenham fans saying, go to VAR, but you can't go to VAR on a yellow card.
I didn't know that.
VAR can't overturn yellow cards. It was a second yellow. If it was a straight red, they can have a look.
Because at that point, it's just up to the referee.
Yeah, referee's a yellow card
referee,
because it's not a game-changing
decision.
You know, 2 yellows, you've done 2 dodgy. You know, but yeah, so he got sent off, and that's as a Tottenham fan. If they've scored our most iconic. They can't show it.
You've ruined the moment now. You've ruined the moment now.
Yeah, you can't banter it. They will show it in like the build-up to matches. Of course they will.
It's Tottenham.
But Tottenham can't go, wait, do you remember when Lamela scored that?
Because then they'll be like, yeah, and then he got fucking sent off and lost us the game.
Yeah. So...
Because at that point, 10 men, and they're already 2-1 down.
100%.
So like at that point, it's like now you're 3-1 down. You've lost a player. It feels like you're 3-1 down.
But as well, I have a problem with... I was imagining if I was a Tottenham fan, right? At the end of the day, you look at the league table, it shows we're worse than Tottenham in the league. Regardless of who they've played. I've read out to you that they played shitter teams, and we might have played harder teams.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But we're looking at the table.
Stats don't lie, they're above you.
We're shitter. Blah. So if I was a Tottenham fan and I had the front three of Bale, Son, and Kane, I would be mega pissed if we went into a derby like that. We're sitting 7th, fighting for top 4 because they're closer than us, a lot closer, 7 points before the game, and they go and park the bus. I would be fuming. I would be absolutely fuming that they go in and park the bus. They park the bus against us.
And you've got players like that. It's so, like, I think that's when you sent a message to me. I think Mourinho's done. He's like the ex-girlfriend you watch ruining her life in front of your eyes. And
100%.
You want to check in a message and be like, hey, bud, you should probably stop doing the crack.
Yeah.
And it's like saying, Mourinho, you should probably stop parking the bus, mate. You should probably try use your attacking players to their fucking promise.
Man. I'd be
it hurts to watch. It hurts to watch.
100%.
If I was a Tottenham fan, I saw that, I would want Mourinho out my club.
Yeah.
I don't.
Exactly.
At least Poch had ideas and wanted to create some attacking presence.
100. If it was because you know
imagine
when
Poch had Bale.
When they went for it in the last 10 minutes, I honestly thought that. Well,
you're on your edges. You told me you were fucking nervous.
But they could have been doing that for the whole game.
They play better. They play better when they attack. I think they smashed a team recently, and where Bale fucking did well in the Prem. I know it was a shitter team, but they played more attacking in that game. They took it to like I think it was Fulham.
Yeah.
They took it to them. But against you, again, you guys dominated in the first 20 minutes. I mean, it got more even, but let's be real.
I thought second half was going to be different, but no, it was
same thing.
Same thing.
It's just kind of, you sit there and you're like, is Mourinho that out of touch?
Yeah, like, what's he doing? And I thought to myself, I was like, we're a team, right, that has made a defensive error against Olympiacos, Benfica, Burnley, all from the press. And I said it in the match preview. I said, will Mourinho do his typical counter-attacking football, or will he actually have the balls to say to Bale and all the midfielders, press them to... Because if they pressed us while we had the ball, rather than
trust his team. He doesn't trust his team. That's why.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust his team to attack, because if he gets smashed by you boys 5-0, it's more embarrassing than losing 2-1. And he can sit there in his fucking little comfy press conference and say, I think that he said he's not embarrassed to lose to you guys, which, if I'm a rival fan, I hear that, and he's not at least a slightly bit upset about it, I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah, 100%.
He's literally accepted losing to Arsenal, and I think Mourinho's fell so far down from his pedestal.
Yeah, 100%. Like, look, Tottenham should have had more of an opportunity to... But the tactics, man, this is a team...
It's not getting the best out of Bale either.
No, I'm looking at my club, and I'm like, we're vulnerable when players press us. Under pressure, we don't know what to do with the ball. Leno distributes it badly. Luiz distributes it. Xhaka... all these guys, but it's like, no, we'll play counter. And I said on the preview, if they play that style, we should pick them off.
Yeah, and if you fucking even look at, you know what Tottenham fans are probably going to say. I mean, Son came off injured, and that's probably what the excuse they're going to use. But, mate, even if Son was still on, you weren't getting the best out of him. Yeah.
And that was a counter-attack. That was their first counter-attack.
But they weren't even getting the best out of him to begin with. They weren't playing, like, Son, Kane, and Bale all suit attacking style football. I don't care what you say. Bale, literally, they suit it so well. But the reason they don't do it is because they don't trust their midfield, they don't trust their defence, and Lloris has not been Lloris for like 100%. God knows how many years now.
They're trying to play with
safe football.
They're trying to play alongside the likes of Liverpool, Man City. They don't want to accept that they're in a rebuild like us.
Yeah, because guess what, mate? They're still living on the dream from 2018 of the Champions League.
They can't, because like, look, I've accepted that we're going to have to be
I think it was 19, my bad.
Yeah, I've had to accept that we're going to be a mid-table side this season. Potentially next season is when we look at trying to challenge for top 4.
They need to rebuild. They need to rebuild the team. They need to rebuild the coach. I mean, they need a whole rebuild. They need to try keep Bale, try keep Son. But I just don't see. I see Bale.
I reckon that was Kane's last appearance.
Yeah, I see Bale staying, but I don't. If Kane, if you watch the documentary of the Tottenham one, he has ambition. The cunt wants to win trophies. And
he'll go to PSG.
Bro,
with
if you stay at Kane, I'm telling you right now, I know he's not going to listen to this, but Harry Kane, if you stay at Tottenham, you will never be classed as an England great. As an England, even though the stats show you are, you will never be seen as it because you never won the trophies.
Yeah, 100%.
And everyone puts trophies on players, mate.
Even Alan Shearer has won Premier League title. You know?
I know.
And he's the best Premier League striker.
Like,
you know?
I'm trying to think, has Jermaine Defoe ever won a title?
He wouldn't have won. I doubt he would have won an English one.
And his stats show he actually was a decent striker in the Prem, but he will never be seen as a good striker 100%. Just because of never won a title.
Peter Crouch, he wasn't the best, but he was one of those sort of strikers. Yeah, 100%. I think he's going to go to PSG. I think
I think Kane needs to realise that. Look, you grew up with this club. Did he come Is he grew? I don't really know much about like Harry Kane and Tottenham, but did he grow up through the academy or did he come?
He went from Arsenal, I think.
Because I remember him coming on because he did. He was like on the sub bench a lot, and then he appeared. Then he kind of got subbed again.
No,
in 2014,
I think he was in our academy, or we refused him or something. But it was around about the time when we were the Invincibles.
I don't think he was even a Tottenham fan.
No, he was an Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
there's photos of him celebrating.
Yeah, I think you were telling me this. Yeah.
So look, but. Yeah, I think that's him done. If I was Son, I'd be done. I saw Tottenham fans reckoning.
I think Son could go to a team like Barca right now.
100%.
Dead set. Like a Barca need like someone
100%.
like that.
If they do not realise, if they don't win... Look, if they win the League Cup and they stay, that's a stretch. I know it's a League Cup, I know it's a trophy, but like a League Cup compared to an FA, Champions League, Europa League, a Premier League is not... I don't know, it wouldn't be enough.
It wouldn't be enough for me. If I've made a Champions League final and we go win a League Cup, it's a trophy and I'll take any trophy.
Yeah.
But... there comes a time where enough is enough, and you need to, and you can't no longer call yourself a top side if you're not even fucking challenging teams like Arsenal. No offense, and I'm not saying Arsenal's a bad side, but this season Arsenal are vulnerable. They're there to be taken.
We're through a rebuild, and we're honest with that. We've had to change so much, sort of thing. But you look at compared to Liverpool, lost the Champions League final, went on and won it next season, won a Premier League title. Tottenham should have done
something. Nothing. I think they got rid of Poch.
I don't think they made one signing.
No,
I think they just got rid of Poch up midway through the season.
And got Mourinho, obviously. And I think they're getting rid of Poch. A lot of Tottenham fans said it had to happen.
But what do you think of Aubameyang?
What, coming on in the Arsenal game?
No, but
the whole situation. You mean? Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's very well played from Arteta. I think he's, guess what, doing that has now sent a message to every single player. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you earn a week.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't care what the board will say to me. If you don't fucking show up for my team meetings or whatever it was, you're not playing.
Yeah, 100%.
You're late. Because that's what the thing is. there's a word for it, not attendance, but like
punctuality. Like
punctuality. That's exactly what I was looking for. Your
yeah.
punctuality is so important, and if you're a professional, you need to act professional.
You're the captain as well. And you're meant to be setting the example.
But guess what? It was the right decision. And a lot of people were slamming Arteta for this, by the way.
100%.
I was on Twitter and people were like, is he fucking retarded? I don't care if he's late to what, like, because people didn't know at the time.
100%.
Because it just came out disciplinary reasons.
Yeah, and I still went in it thinking, you know what, we can still do something. Because I've always said to you as well, I prefer Lacazette.
You prefer Lacazette up front anyway. So when that happened, I was like, I don't think Marc's stressed. I know you were a bit worried on because it was an hour before kickoff, but let's be real, Lacazette for you.
I just thought, of course, that had to happen an hour before probably one of the big, because for Arsenal fans, North London derby is one of the biggest games, and I wanted the Tottenham fans to kind of sit in their place and realise that I spoke too much and I'm put back in my box. And now Tottenham have got a tough run coming up now. I think they've got you lot.
Yeah.
Soon. But yeah, look, it's a big win, and we now got Olympiacos, and I think we'll meet Tottenham again, as long as it's not in the final. I think we're going to meet them in the.
Is there any chance you can play them?
Yeah, we can draw them against either in the quarters or semis now.
Is there any chance you can go to the final against them though? Like
if it depends how it's drawn.
I'm not sure how it would work. Yeah.
No, it depends how it's drawn, but I think. Yeah, look, could you imagine a European final between Arsenal and Tottenham? Tottenham haven't won anything in yonks, and Arsenal haven't won a European trophy in yonks.
I'm telling you right now, there's going to be some people having some heart attacks if any team wins
if there were
at that point, then you can. It's like for me, and you're going to may disagree, but for me, London's blue, in terms of like Chelsea trophies wise in the past 10 years or whatever. But at that point now, if you win, that means that Tottenham have no fucking conversation. They don't have a right to even talk about 100%. London being fucking white. But
we'll find out because we also got to play Chelsea soon, so we can have that.
We'll see.
We'll have that debate later. Yeah. But yeah, look, honestly,
it's West London versus North London.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, look, Tottenham versus.
We have a. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off here, but I'm looking at the last games of the season. Chelsea do have a kind of a tough run. I mean, not a tough run, but we got quarterfinals against Sheffield. Yep. West Brom, Crystal Palace, Brighton, West Ham, Fulham, Man City, Arsenal, Leicester, Villa.
It's a tough.
It is actually a tough run.
Tough run, but considering how you guys have been playing, I back you.
But going back,
to do it. But yeah, look, honestly, if there was
that game, the Europa League game, like that, if that does happen, I'm telling you right now, if you beat Tottenham. Or if Tottenham beat you, there's going to be some fans that are going to be losing their fucking heads, mate.
Yeah, look, I don't want it to happen. But
do you remember Troops when it was the Champions League final, and if they were going to win against Liverpool, everyone was freaking the fuck out.
100%.
I think every Arsenal fan that night became a fucking prime Liverpool fan, mate.
100%.
Hugh Rizzy, all those fucking people. I don't
want it to happen because. Yeah,
too much to risk,
obviously you don't want it to happen because it's.
I wouldn't want to verse you guys in the Champions League final. Like, let's be real. Even though I believe I'm a better side, we're a better side than you. Yeah. End of the day, mate, there's still a chance you could fucking win.
Yeah, 100%.
Or Europa League final, sorry.
And I think, look, I just think that it's destined. It's destined there, and there's only, like I said, 4 teams that concern me. 2 of them have got to go, and one's on a personal level. Milan United, they're both versing each other. One's got to go. Tottenham and Villarreal, because Unai Emery's managing. And
that would be horrible to verse your
and to have our ex-manager beat us in a European final.
Make sure that maybe it was your team.
Yeah, obviously we've got to get through the quarters, semis. It's a long road, but I do consider us one of the favourites. I just think that we're going to get Tottenham eventually in the Europa League, and whether we get knocked out, and I think then we'll finally decide over 2 legs or the final who has the bragging rights. But like I said,
that's what I'm saying. Like at that point, surely. In the North London, anywhere in that area, it's red.
It's decided. It's decided. 100%. There's no there's this call because you got 2 games to go through. But anyway, man, we'll move on to the other games. Is there any other games you want to?
Yeah, I just want to touch upon. Like, I don't want to give because me and Mark, like, we don't have like. You understand? We're from Perth, WA, and it much as a beautiful place to live. Games are at fucking God knows whatever. You get lucky on the Saturday to get like the 8:30 to 12 kickoffs, which you get about 4 games or 3 games. But at that point, you're having to stay up till 5 a.m., which I fucking love to do. But hey, we don't live in an ideal work. A man has to work to get money. I mean, I wish this was my job and I could do this all the time.
Yeah.
But, so we don't always get to watch all the games, and obviously last weekend. But the Man City game was obviously a fucking big talking point. Keone Nacho getting a hat-trick, which was, for me, his first time. I saw the stat. It was his first time ever scoring 3 goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
In consecutive games for Man City.
Yeah.
And then he went and scored 3 goals in 1 game.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he played really well. Obviously, Aguero got his goal as well. I'm actually getting up who scored the other one, but I watched the highlights. Obviously, I didn't get to watch the whole game, but it was City back on top. In the highlights anyway. I mean, they looked really promising, like really well. And I think for me, it does kind of scare me a little bit because City are, like I said, are very confidence-based. And obviously, when they lost their streak, who was it against they lost their streak against? Their massive win streak. It was like 20 games or something.
United. 2-0.
It was United, wasn't it? 2-0, the fucking derby.
Yeah.
Derby, sorry. Yeah, for me, to bounce back, I know that was maybe a couple weeks ago now, but then to go beat Fulham 3-0 and then they beat fucking Southampton 5-2, it's pretty fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
I'm just looking now. Yeah, so obviously they beat Fulham 3-0, and then obviously they beat on the couple days ago Southampton 5-2. I think they were big games for City. I think also if you're looking at Newcastle Villa, that was a 1-0 draw, which is big game for me because that Villa drawing that game against it really takes them out of that top 4 race at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're not really doing well as of late. And then again, Everton losing to Burnley, big fucking result for us. I mean, that for now until the international break, I think it is, or whenever the next break's coming up, we now have top 4 secured from that little draw against Leeds and then losing. And then even our closest rivals again, if you look at fucking Arsenal.
West Ham, isn't it?
Yeah.
West Ham have a game in hand.
And they lost to United 1-0.
Yeah.
So again, they can't even overtake us till the next break.
No, goal difference, they're out of it.
And they can't take us over, and they lost to United. And then obviously you beat Tottenham, which you did us a favour because Tottenham were climbing on us, and they had a chance of going into the top, like around the top 4.
Yeah.
And then even Liverpool, I know they won against Wolves, but now like you're only 3 points, I think, or 4 or 5 points off Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's insane to think about. If I told you at the start of the season, you would think I'm fucking talking shit.
No, if you'd have told me that, I thought we'd be challenging for the title.
Yeah, it is mad, isn't it? How far they've fallen, like we said.
But look, that top 4 won't be decided anytime soon, man. That top 4.
That's going to the wire.
That's going to the final day.
I mean, look, we're looking at the table now. I mean, Man City obviously runaway league winners, 71 points. Man United 57, Leicester 56. Chelsea 51 because obviously we dropped points against Leeds. West Ham 48, Liverpool 46, Everton 46, Tottenham 45. That's what I'm saying. Tottenham had a chance to go up there. 100%. Aston Villa 41, Arsenal 41. So like these are like the top 10 teams are all within like 8 points of each other. The top like from the 4th to 10th.
Yeah, but like look, it's gonna be difficult. Look, there's so
8
many
to 10 points from 10 to 4.
In 10 games, in 5 games, no, actually, I'm going to say 3 games time, that table will look completely different because results going left, right, and centre. I think it'll go down to the wire.
I still think Tuchel will finish 3rd. I honestly think we will finish 3rd. I think Leicester will bottle it.
Literally, the only 2 teams that are keeping some form of form in their last 10 are you and City.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at our last 10, we haven't lost under Tuchel. People are forgetting we have not lost under Thomas Tuchel yet.
Yeah. 100%.
We've only conceded 2 goals, which is from Rudiger and what's his name? Minamino.
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 Yeah,
that's the only goals we conceded.
100%. So look, it's gonna go down.
It's gonna go down to the wire.
It's gonna go to the final day. I just want us to try and focus on top 6. It doesn't bother me if we go top 4. European money for us is so vital, and for a lot of clubs.
Yeah, and that's why I'm a bit like, obviously Klopp's gonna get secured another year, but. Like, talking about Liverpool quickly, if they don't get top 4 and they obviously don't qualify in the Champions League either, next season, if Klopp doesn't get it again, I don't care what Klopp's done for that team, Champions League or not, he will be gone.
Yeah.
He will be gone.
Yeah.
And he did deny, so we talked about in the previous podcast, and it may have actually got deleted, but Mark did bring up the fact of maybe him signing for the national team.
Germany, yeah.
He's come out and denied it. He said no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's planning to stay at Liverpool, but I'm telling you right now, the finances for a team like Liverpool and attracting world-class players, you need to be in the Champions League. And if Klopp doesn't get in Champions League football next season, and I'm saying, say 20 games in, and he's like, I would say first 15, he's outside the top 4. He's gone. He's gone.
Europa League's vital.
I'm telling you,
minimum Europa League's vital for Liverpool this season.
Imagine they don't even get Europa League, mate.
Then it's gonna be.
I'm saying Klopp will still be there because you have to, like, you literally have to, like, you can't get rid of him.
Exactly.
Because who are you going to get in? Steven Gerrard, obviously, but a lot of Liverpool fans don't want Stevie G right now.
No, yeah.
And Liverpool, and then Stevie G came out and said he knows that, and he wants Klopp to stay.
Yeah.
As a Liverpool fan, because it's the best decision for them.
Yep. 100%.
It's just interesting, yeah.
But yeah, look, it's going to be interesting who finishes top 4. My predictions for the top 4 are going to be City, United, Leicester, Chelsea. Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same, but I think in order it'll be City, United, Chelsea, Leicester.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't see Leicester dropping 4 points.
I can, 100%. I don't think...
Yeah.
I think Leicester, I think they've dropped a couple points already. I mean, not heaps, but I think they...
Yeah.
Didn't they... I don't...
Well, they lost against us recently.
Yeah, I think that was the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, so they beat, obviously, Brighton. They drew to Burnley and they lost. So their last 3 games, they've literally... last 4 games have been like this. So, lost to fucking Arsenal, 3-1. Drew to Burnley, dropped points again. Beat Brighton, the game points, and then obviously beat Sheffield 5-0, which was the big fucking
now they got City
big
next.
game.
And look, all I'm saying is don't be surprised if City throw that game.
Oh my God, I just realised it's Iheanacho at Leicester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So before, guys, I was talking about Iheanacho at Man City. I meant the Leicester game.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say right now, don't be surprised if City throw that game against Leicester and give it to them because they're in the Champions League now. City have got so much room to work with by like saying, look, we can give them a game.
Fuck, I totally forgot Iheanacho was at fucking Leicester, not City. I always think it's at City because I remember playing career mode back in FIFA 17 and he was at City. But
100%.
Yeah, it was a banging hat-trick against fucking Sheffield at Leicester. But anyway.
All right, do you want to do the quiz?
I'm down to the quiz.
Okay, we're going to do the final segment of the show, the quiz last
before we jump into it, I just want to always clarify this. We're not historians, boys, all right? Mark more so than me, but we're not going to know everything. So don't come at us in the comments calling us plastics if we don't know something from 1955, all right?
No, anyway. But last time on the show, it ended up league table was Mark on top with 2 points and Luke's got 1.
1, yeah.
So, yeah, this is going to be a big one. All right, I'm going to go first.
Okay. How are we going to do it? So we're going to do
I'm just going to ask
one
you the
question
3.
each?
No, I'm going to do 3,
Okay,
and then you do the 3. And if Luke gets all 3 right, he gets a bonus question, which gives him potentially 4 points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Chelsea lost their first FA Cup final in 1915. 3-0 to which opponent? Is it A, Sheffield United, B, Everton, or C, Ipswich Town?
Okay. So Sheffield United, Ipswich Town, and Everton.
3-0.
Ipswich Town?
Incorrect.
Who was it?
Sheffield United.
Fuck, 3-0 as well. Was that our first ever FA Cup final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually asked you the first 2 questions was because when we were last minute catch up, it was FA Cup week.
Oh, so that makes
so these 2 are FA Cup
FA Cup related.
Right. Chelsea won their first FA Cup against Leeds United in 1970 in a cup final replay due to drawing 2-2 earlier in the month of April. In the replay, what was the final score? Was it A, 1-0, B, 2-0, or C, 2-1?
Against Leeds in 1970?
70 in a replay because it was 2-2. So it was either A, 1-0, B, 2-0, or C, 2-1.
I'm going to say C, 2-1.
Correct.
Yeah.
So at the moment, Luke's got 1 point. Okay.
I actually watched that highlight because they have the Chelsea FC channel. I'd like to post that.
Yeah.
And I remember Leeds scoring. I didn't remember how many Chelsea scored, but I do remember Leeds scoring.
Yeah. All right.
Thank fuck.
When did Super Frank sign for Chelsea? Was it A, 2000, B, 2001, or C, 2002?
Okay, so from West Ham, I think it was Harry Radnep that had him at West Ham. So I'm going to say, so what was it? 2001, 2000, and 2002?
2000, 2001, and 2002.
2000.
Incorrect.
2001, isn't
it?
It? Fuck, bro. I knew it was between those 2.
All right, so at the moment, even if I get all 3 wrong, you don't overtake me. We're equal on points.
Yeah, equal.
2-2.
Okay.
Right, so it's 2-2 at the moment. Okay, now fire me the 3 questions.
Oh my God, I can't believe I got the Super Frank one. I knew it was 2000, 2001. I knew it came from West Ham. Okay. So, question number 1 for you, Mark. Before Ian Wright broke the all-time record in 1997, who was Arsenal's...
Cliff Baston.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
Damn, didn't even get to finish the question.
Yeah, all right.
Number 2. Which club thrashed Arsenal 5-1 in November of 2015? Was it A, Chelsea? Was it B, Man United? Or was it C, Bayern Munich?
It's either going to be Chelsea or Bayern Munich. I feel like you've put in...
I'm not saying anything, bro. By the way, I'm really impressed with that first one. I thought I was going to catch you out with that one. But then again, Cliff Baston's probably an Arsenal legend that you know about.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I can't remember United smashing us since 8-2. I can't remember United smashing us. I know Bayern's given us good hiding. Wait, when was what was the 2015?
Yeah.
Were we in the Champions League still in 2015? We were, weren't we? We were. So when was that? 2015. I'm going to say Chelsea.
Wrong, Bayern Munich.
Bayern.
But Chelsea did also beat you 5-2, I think.
No, because I remember there was a game.
Chelsea did smash you that season as well. That's why I put Chelsea in there.
Arsene Wenger's 1000th game.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been that. Because I remember that we got smashed in that, and that was like the embarrassed, But yeah, okay. Third question.
I should have asked this. I've asked this the wrong way around. Sorry. I've asked them third question second, but it doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Final question. So you're actually 2 points ahead of me now, correct?
1 point. Because it was 2-2.
Oh, yeah, you got that question wrong. My bad. Yeah, so
if I get this, I'm 2 points ahead.
You do get. My bad. Sorry, guys.
That's
okay.
right.
So third question, Mark. How many goals did Cliff Baston score in his Arsenal career? Was it A, 174? Was it B, 178? Or was it C, 176?
I'm going to say 178.
Correct.
Oh, mate.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
You know your knowledge, bro. You know your shit.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. It's, Cliff Baston, Ian Wright, and then Henry, our three top goal scorers, yeah.
I thought the first one, I was like, because these are the people
who are the did you have Ted Drakers?
Yeah, so I had Ted Drake, Cliff Baston, and John Radford.
Right. Okay.
So I was like hoping, I was like, maybe if he doesn't quite remember if it was between Ted Drake and Cliff Baston.
100%. Yeah.
You were on that, and I love the Ted Drake, by the way, because obviously I'm a massive Drake fan. So when I saw that name, I was like,
put Ted Drake in. Yeah.
Yeah, smashed that, mate. Absolutely smashed that. Well done.
So what did I get? 2 right?
2.
And you got 2 right.
I got 1.
You got 1? Okay, yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was 2 all. Yeah, okay.
I got the Frank Lampard one. I ain't going to lie. I knew that one. Well, I didn't know that one because I got it wrong. But in my head, I knew it was between 2000 and 2001. I just couldn't fucking remember it for the life of me.
Well, you had the 2 years.
I was about to say 01 as well in my head. And I've gone, it was 2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a signing that was, though. Actually,
if only I'd have said Bayern.
Oh, mate, you were dissecting it really well as well.
Yeah.
Like the way you broke it down. But I knew I'd catch you out because, let me get it up. I remember because I was researching this at the time. It was like 3 weeks ago now. But in 2015, Chelsea did smash you in the Premier League.
Because I think that was Wenger's 1000th game,
Chelsea. Sorry, I just want to get this up just for the fans.
Fact check,
Chelsea versus Arsenal.
Oh, no, it was 6-0.
Was it 6-0?
But it was 2019. I was completely off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you beat... Oh, mate, yeah, you beat us 6-0 in Wenger's 1000th game. And that's why I was like... United.
That's going to fuck with your memory, 100%.
Yeah, I couldn't remember United smashing us since the 8-2.
Oh, yeah, so sorry, we only beat you 2-0 in 2015. That was the only result, the big result we had. And fucking Gabriel got sent off.
Oh, yeah. Gabriel Paulista,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Dominated you that game, though. You had Whoa. This makes no sense. The stats wrong. It says we had 22 shots but 0 on target, yet we scored twice, so...
Probably an own goal. Probably Arsenal. Look,
I mean, you did get 1 own goal from Chambers and Kurt Zuma scored, so I don't really know how that works. Anyway, but yeah, that was a good
100%.
quiz.
Yeah, 100%.
So can we get a little league table now, though? Like a little updated score?
Yeah, so it's going to be, 4-2?
4-2,
I'm on 4 points, you're on 2. And what is what do we do at the end of the season?
Do you want to still do the original, what we did for the league table?
The chili and the shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, and post it on Instagram?
Post on the Insta?
Yeah.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the podcast today. It was it was actually not too long, an hour and 8 minutes.
10. It's actually one of our short episodes.
One of our short episodes.
Man, European football this week, and that's what I'm really pumped for. I hope next time when we're speaking, we're both still in the European.
I hope we're both in fucking some amazing
Imagine you win the Champions League, I win the we win the Europa League.
Then we come in the
Super Cup.
Oh,
we'll have to watch along or something like that for it. But yeah, look, big week for both of us, and look, we just need to progress in Europe, and hopefully none of us fuck it up.
Before we leave, guys, we do appreciate all the support. If you're on Spotify, download the episode. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and check out Luke CFC.
Oh yeah, if you haven't already, link will be in the description, hopefully. But yeah, if I remember. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy your night, and we'll catch you later.
Yep, see you guys. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Peace.
Bye.